Hey, Miss Rand, Miss Larson forgot to record the last page. We're having a little technical difficulty. We've had to do things different today, so it won't be perfect, but we're gonna do our best. Right, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna get started. I don't know why those pens are on there for one thing. Right here. It's acting a little different.
Well, it's because it's usually.
Okay, so friends, it's just gonna be a little different than normal. We'll be okay. Anyway, I'm gonna try and make this a little bigger so you can all see it. Okay, can everyone see? Okay. Well, you have it in front of you in your book too, right? So I can write equations and find the difference of fractions with like denominators. We have two different drawings or two different diagrams here. We have one with Marcy and we have one with Lindsay, and they have different things on their measure their strength. So it says Marcy and Lindsay are playing games at a local carnival. They play the game Measure Your Strength, and their results are shown. Find how much farther Marcy hits the puck up the board than Lindsay. And they want us to show our thinking. Okay, kiddos? So we have to figure out what it's split into, right? And you guys can probably see that pretty well on your page. Like how many sections it's split into, right?
Yeah.
So how many sections, if you were to count them, is it split into? What do you see? I don't think there's 9.
10.
There's 8, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? I have to sneeze. Excuse me. That's a lot of sneezing. No, so I'll make a little mark so you guys can see them, right? Because this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is the top one, right? So if we were going to show this, Marcy, we're going to label Marcy over here. So I put M for Marcy. And then we could use a number line, or we could split it into like the bar graph, right? Either way, however we want to do it. I think I'll just do a number line this time, just to do something different, because normally we do things the other way. So we'll have our 0 here, then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we were going to label these, we're going to label them as 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. Whoopsie. Yes, you do. But I had a mistake, you guys. My apologies.
Oh, what?
Our first one should be 0, right?
Yes.
So I had an error. So the first one is 0. My apologies. So we have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8, which is the same as saying we have a whole number, right? So that's Marcy's. Now we need to do the same thing with Lindsay, right? So Lindsay, we're going to do a line for hers too. 1, 2, yep, 3, 4. There's 2 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to label them again. 0, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and my last one, 8/8, right? Which is my whole number. Now that we have those drawn out, right? Because we have them drawn out, we have one for Marcy, and we have one for Lindsay.
Every show or movie I watch, I hear those 2 specific names.
Now we need to show, we're going to put a dot where Lindsay should be. So where should we have a dot for Lindsay?
Lindsay should be at 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, not 3.
So Lindsay should be at 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths. There's Lindsay, right?
And then Marcy.
And where's Marcy's at?
4, 5, 6.
Marcy's at 6/8, right? No, count it, dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, do that exact same thing. Yeah, the very top one is. Yep. One with the star around it. Yeah, the stars are above it. Yep. Okay, so if we're looking at that, now we're saying we need to figure out the difference between 6/8 and 4/8. It is 2, right? So it is 2 what? 2/8. So 6/8 subtract 4/8 is equal to 2/8
Apart.
Okay?
This actually kind of makes sense. 2/8, what's the label?
2/8. Yeah, 2/8. Further or farther. 2/8 farther. It doesn't really say if this is in meters or what it is, so we're just gonna label it as farther.
This makes sense. It's literally subtracting like yesterday.
Okay? So is that okay? We'll look at the next page, okay, kiddos? Just give me a second to move it over. Oh. Just give me a moment to change it over. This is not ideal, but we're making it work, right? I don't know. They updated the thing, so it's just a little different. I could write with that too, but I would have to write on here, I think. And that doesn't make much sense when we're up there. All right. It's because when I'm at home, I can use this to teach with for you guys. I know. I'll take it off.
Is it on YouTube?
No, it's not. Okay, kiddos, so we're going to read the next page after I clear the screen. See, this, there we go. I'm not sure that, I'm not sure Ren can actually see that.
Oh, she probably can't.
You haven't recorded you. No, honey, I'm not sure she can see that because it's not on the projection screen. But she can hear us talk about it, though. We're just doing the best we can since we weren't able to do it our normal way. So,
So, like, when she listens to it and
she'll hear it. Yeah. Okay, friends, so let's read this together. It says that Leo checked the levels of grape drink in this cooler before and after lunch. How many grape drink was used during lunch? The cooler hosts 1 gallon. Use a visual fraction model to represent the problem and find the solution. So it's showing us that the bigger one, or the one that has more of an amount in it, has 9/10 of a gallon. That was the start of lunch, right? And then the second one, the end of lunch, there was only 3/10 of a gallon left. So they want us to use a visual fraction model to represent the problem and find the solution. So what they're going to want us to do is, in the past, we've been setting this up like as a whole unit first, right, girls? Do you remember how that works?
kind of.
So if we have a whole unit first, we're going to draw our whole unit first. And we're going to label it with a 1, right? We're going to draw a box. Well, easy for me to draw. We're going to draw a box right underneath of it, right? And we're going to split that into how many sections?
10.
Yep, 10, because this is a label of 10 here, right, for the denominator. So we're going to split it into 10 sections. So 1, sorry.
We have to write 1/10 on each one.
I would. 2, 3, 4. Shoot. Come on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So on each of those, I would suggest writing 1/10. Yes.
Can I just write 1/10 of one of them?
Well, Briar, I guess if that's what you're choosing to do, but it is helpful to label it the correct way so that way
Sounds good.
you understand. All right, so we have each of those labeled as 1/10, right? So yesterday we did this a certain way when we highlighted something. So what are we going to highlight first?
We're gonna highlight 9.
We're going to highlight 9 of them, right? Because this is worth 9/10. That's how much they had to start lunch. So we're going to highlight 9 of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them are highlighted, right, kiddo? Oh, hi.
Hi, can you interrupt for a second?
Sure. I have the names on there, but are there names on them?
No.
No. Okay. What kind was that one?
These two are both hot chocolates.
Okay. They were. Well, one was for Talia. She's not here, so you can give that to Isaiah, and you can just put the hot chocolate on the table, this little table. Thank you. Which one is that one?
These both are strawberries with wheat.
Okay.
So whoever has strawberries with wheat can just raise their hand.
Yeah, because you guys know what you have, right?
Give this hot chocolate to others, is that?
Yes, please. You guys remember what you had, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have your cards here if you need them. I should probably pause our video, huh?
Orange and strawberries with wheat.